USC. Here are Jordan Moore and John Jackson.
And you are listening to our signing day special. Jordan Moore and John Jackson, happy to be joined now by Oluwole Betiku and his new head coach, Clay Helton. And Wale, one of the 7 guys we talked about that came early in the spring. But, you know, I want to get your story a little bit, Wale, because we don't have a whole lot of players from Lagos, Nigeria. Certainly not on our football team. So I hear you're relatively new to football. You know, how did it all come about that you went from Nigeria to USC?
Oh, man, it's a long journey. If I start talking, we're going to be here all year.
It's only an hour-long show, so you got 4 years here, so we could get it in pieces, maybe.
All right, we'll do that. I promise you that.
But tell us, so when did you take up football? It was only like 3 years ago, right?
No, like 2 years ago. You know, my first season was the 2014 fall. You know, it was a little physical, but, you know, that's what I'm built for. So I came out here and I just played like a savage. And I'm here at USC, the best school in the world, and I'm happy to be here.
CJJ, football is an easy game. You can learn it in 2 years to be a 5-star guy.
Yeah, if I was 6'5",
as long as you
250
look
pounds,
like him.
yeah, if I was 250 pounds, I could have had a lot more success too. You know, Coach, you talk about Wale. I mean, you know, I obviously recruited him. You've seen a lot of him on film. You know, what makes him so special?
Well, you know, when you play in this league, you know it's a passing league, and you have to find guys that can get to the quarterback and get them off their spot. And that's what we saw, just a physical presence that this guy has to get to the quarterback. Great tools, and what we really were excited about is how much more room he has to grow. You know, he's not a guy that's maxed out right now. He's got so much growth potential as a player. It's ridiculous. So he deserves that 5th star, and he is a very special talent.
Coach, have you been in Nigeria yet? I mean, I know you hit the road.
He came for a home visit.
I was going to say, did you get a home visit?
We go wherever we need to for great football players.
Wale, I mean, how much, as Coach was talking about, I mean, this team needs pass rushers. I mean, how much is that the part of the game that you enjoy and something that you feel like you can contribute?
I mean, first off, I just want to, give a shout-out to Joe McKay, Coach Clay, Pat Hayden, because I can't pass rush if I'm not in America. So they did a lot to keeping me in the country because I had some issues with my documentation.
Yep.
And I really appreciate them for that, and I'll be forever grateful for that. But, just pass rushing is like, it's just, for me, it's just like, I just feel like it's inborn, like I'm just born to do it. Because just reading someone's movements and just getting off him as fast as I can, and every snap of the ball, I'm thinking I have to get to this quarterback because the more sacks I get, the more valuable I am. And I'm not going to let the guy beside me beat me to the ball. That's my mentality every snap. That's how I want to be. Even in practice, I practice hard. Before I got my first snap at Sarah as a starter, I remember I practiced every day. My coach was always telling me then, Coach Scott Altenberg, was like, just keep going. You're going to get your chance, and I just kept that mentality going, and that's the same thing I'm going to bring to SC. I'm going to fight on in every snap, and I'm going to get to that quarterback. Even if I don't get there, if I fall on the ground, I'm going to stand back up, fight on, and still try to get to that quarterback.
While I talk about it a little bit about you, because the unique thing about you is your athleticism. Right? You're 6'3", 250 pounds, okay, we see that on paper.
Yeah.
But the one thing is the athletic side of you is just different than guys that, your size.
Yeah.
Talk about the background a little bit, because it comes not from football, obviously, in Nigeria, but soccer, boxing, the other sports.
I was just trying crazy stuff growing up, like jumping from 2-story buildings, 3-story buildings, trying to do all the kind of flips you can, because we didn't have video games and power supply. So where I grew up, we had to do all kinds of stunts. I can still flip, I can still do all that stuff, but I'm not trying to hurt myself.
Yeah,
so
don't do it. So he doesn't want to hear any of that.
So we just did all that stuff growing up. We want to see who jumps the highest, who can do the most crazy stuff, jump over stuff. So that just made playing soccer just made me athletic. So and during practice, I try to push myself, try to get beyond my comfort zone. Even if I get tired, I'd rather get tired in practice than get tired in the game. So that's just how I build myself.
I know your coach is old enough to know this name. Are you old enough to know Christian Okoye?
Yeah, I heard about him.
You got to see some tapes or something. I'm just wondering if it's been long enough that if it works out here, we can have the next Nigerian nightmare. I mean, the nickname writes itself.
He has to let me carry the ball, run the ball.
So you want to run it?
Yeah, I can run the ball and run people over.
See, that's the problem. He's going to get here and realize, it's way more fun to score touchdowns once he sees it at the Coliseum. Hey, you did go to Sarah. That's become we just talked to a Long Beach Poly player in Jack Jones, and we have a lot of players from there, a lot from Sarah. I mean, how much did you get a sense of USC from and the tradition that some of these guys from your alma mater are have headed to USC and had great success?
I mean, Sarah is a great program. They got great coaches, and they say a lot of good things about USC. My head coach, Coach Scott Altenberg, is an alumni from the school from the other side of town. But just being in Sarah didn't really make me want to go to USC because everyone from Sarah goes to USC. So everyone was like, "Oh, don't be that guy. Don't be like them. Do something different." So, but since the first day I stepped in Southern California, I took my unofficial visit. That was before I even played the snap of football. Just meeting a lot of people on the team, and just the pride people have for being a USC Trojan. Just wanted me to be a Trojan. So at a point in my life, I just realized I have to do what's best for me and what I feel is right. That's why I came here to be a Trojan.
Well, we are looking forward to watching you play. You got a great story. We're going to get in pieces. We'll get you on the show again, and you just keep telling us about the journey. But the story is going to continue, too. That's the fun part about it. We got you for several years now, so looking forward to the new Nigerian nightmare as he enters USC. When we come back, we'll really dig into this class with the head coach, Clay Helton. You're listening to Trojans Live from the Lab.